Welcome back to PROUT Rev. We're living through an unprecedented, revolutionary time, not only with the radical lifestyle changes that COVID-19 called for, but now also with Black Lives Matter turned defund the police movement, which is in full swing. Never before have we had protests expand to so many cities and small towns in the United States. And more importantly, never have we seen policy changes be enacted so quickly during protest movements. PROUT Rev will be giving you a 4-part full Proutist analysis of the defund the police movement, starting with this video looking at PR Sarkar, who is the founder of PROUT, and his social cycle theory, and where that places the police in our society. To explain more, I'm pleased to introduce to you to Proutist and world-renowned futurist Sohail Inayatullah.
As we reflect on policing and the challenges it's facing today, especially in the US, we'd be well advised to use the framework of Sri PR Sarkar. He talks about 4 ages in human history: the worker, the warrior, the intellectual, and the capitalist. Each era is a way of knowing, a way of understanding reality and understanding the next emerging future. Each era has a plus and a minus. The warrior era has discipline, has honor, has integrity. It can be protective, or it can be actually destructive, destroying the weak, destroying the vulnerable. Intellectual era creates new ideas, but also emboldens dogma. The era of the capitalist can use value to spread wealth, or can use value for wealth to go to the 1%, to the few. Now, in this model, we ask who is policing, who are policing? Well, they're the warriors, of course. Honor, integrity, tradition are crucial to them. So when we think about the future of policing, what needs to change? So let's look at this at 4 levels. Level 1 is the litany or the measurement. Are you measuring crime solved, or should it be deeper how police are treating minorities, how they're treating everyone? In fact, we're talking about creating safer cities, safer communities, not just stopping crime. Level 2 are systemic changes. This is recruitment. Who are we recruiting? Are we recruiting just those with technical information, technical abilities, or do we want people who have emotional intelligence, multicultural intelligence, even spiritual intelligence? So in terms of systemic changes, I've worked with law enforcement for over a decade. We see little things like ethics is crucial. Bringing things like meditation, inner practice, where things are difficult, you know how to calm down, you know how to slow down your breath, you deal with danger better. Your brain is able to detect patterns far more effectively. Now, the 3rd level, of course, is the worldview shift from just protecting one's own small community to new humanism, protecting everyone, protecting nature, protecting every group. So this means really going towards integrity, ethics, and having policing in a much wider framework. We know in the US, they're talking about a national database because there's so many systemic failures. So this is the issue: is who's being recruited? Or is there a mentorship program so younger recruits have ethical leaders so they can say, that's who I wish to be like? Now, that's a narrative issue. Right now, policing is the blue brotherhood or the thin blue line. So when there's an issue, they protect themselves instead of thinking my role is to protect society, the greater good. So we have to change the narrative from blue brotherhood, thin blue line, to something grander. In one country I was working with, they said, let's become the guard dog. We're protective. Communities love us. We have an early warning system. Another group says, actually, we should be like the conductor in an orchestra, making sure all parts of the criminal justice system are working together so we all are safer, feel safer, and we're one step ahead of organized crime. So there's a narrative shift that needs to happen. If we can start to focus on that narrative, change the culture, develop really systemic interventions, and change how we measure policing, then policing can play its role that it's meant to be. These are honorable warriors, tradition-based, integrity-based, ethics-based, and becoming professionals in the true sense of the word. Our problems now are global. They're not just one country. So we have to now start to think about policing as going from nation-based to planet-based. So international policing going from Interpol to Earthpol, protecting humans everywhere and protecting nature. So policing is a crucial part of the transformation. We need them, they need us. So there's a transformation has to happen, and they're part of it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sohail. Stay tuned for part 2 as we continue talking about PROUT and police utilization.